how do you like Romania or not? I do like it, dude. Eastern Europe's interesting. Cost of living, great. Income inequality sucks for the people that don't earn Western salaries, of course. And the only thing that sucks is if you're used to American, what can I say? Amenities. There are some things that are missing, but what's the word? I'm blanking because I'm starving to death. Where shit comes easy to you. I can't remember. Like Amazon next day delivery or 2-hour delivery, and shit like that doesn't really exist here. And then there's bureaucratic red tape. That's the problem. Getting basic paperwork done, things like that require anything to do with the government sucks. Bureaucracy is a nightmare in Europe, and especially in Eastern Europe. Conveniences, yes. Modern conveniences of America. America is like the king of convenience. And that doesn't really, it's not on the same level, not even close. Like America's the most convenient life that you're used to, yeah. And then government bureaucracy to the next level. If you think America sucks for bureaucracy, fuck, man, you've seen nothing yet until you come to the Balkans. Those are the two things. Medical systems, not bad when you go private. Public's horrendous. They do what they can with what they got. I can't complain. I went to the public emergency room for an ear infection. My God, the best care you could possibly get for a public underfunded place. I guess I could tell you guys a quick story about that. Had a really bad ear infection, viral or bacterial and fungal. Got it after a bad cold. Okay. I went to I can't remember which public hospital in Bucharest. And, they have that little suction machine with like the metal tube and they suck all the gunk out of your ear. Bro, this lady didn't have the glasses, right? Needed to go look like the magnification to look into your ear with like the proper ear plug, that they put in there to, check your shit. This poor lady, she's the only one there. I go around 9 at night. This is a huge state hospital. And I'll never forget this. My head is like, imagine the wall here. My head is like this. She's looking in my ear, pushing my head, bro, with her hand like this. She's like, stay still, do this. With her fucking bare eyeballs. Like she has like some, magnification glass, but I guess their shit are not working. With that little thing that keeps your ear open, that insert, and just like moving it around and shit, trying to see in my ear. And then with that metal tube, sucking the gunk out, sucks a bunch of the gunk out, then pulls it out, switches to another metal tube. And I shit you not, takes out a Bic lighter, burns the tip off to sanitize it like that, straight up, bro. Then comes back and sucks more gunk out, but does it hard. Like my ear hurts. My fucking eardrum's being sucked out of my ear. That's what it feels like, pain. So I'm like, ow, that shit hurts. And she's like, yeah, that's kind of the idea, because she had sucked all the gunk out, got to my eardrum. Okay, bro, I got treatment at least. So fine, my ears got sucked out. I could hear a little better, obviously, cleaned. She's burning the shit and sanitizing it with the Bic lighter. Then she had to do some MacGyver shit to the metal suction thing and the vacuum to like keep it clamped shut. That was a whole fucking thing. Okay, great. I'm alive still. That's cool. Then I got medicine. Obviously, she prescribed me a gang of shit, antibiotics, whatever the fuck, some Nasonex, and all this other shit to the tubes in my ears could clear out and stuff like that. Cool story. It worked, but I didn't clear out my infection fully. Yeah, and I go on an airplane, come to Croatia. My infection relapses because I finished my prescription for amoxicillin. And, I'm taking antibacterial ear drops too. And, I had so much pressure and fluid behind the ear. I had a middle ear infection, not just an external ear infection. So the drops cleared the external ear infection. And then, but the middle ear infection, the fluid behind the ear was still building up and, secreting out. And so it relapsed. Okay, fine. We booked in Croatia a private clinic. This guy's like not world renowned, but he's renowned. He's highly rated. And obviously it's a private practice. So he's got the latest instrumentation and tools. And, the care with him was stark. Going to the office, everything's super fucking clean. Obviously, the tools he was using was the latest shit. He has also the same vacuum stuff, but obviously you could tell much more precise instrumentation. The vacuum's better, the tooling, everything. And, he starts to clean the ear and it's like, his goggles, they're like, variable too. He's like looking in my ear. He's got the right like silicone, little ear things that he puts in there to like open up your ear. And he's like looking and he's like, yeah, you got an infection. Let me just suck all this out. Didn't feel pinched, nothing. Perfect. And then he gives me some drops. He's like, I already know what the problem is. He's like, you got a fungal infection also. So he gave me some drops that I never had before. And boom, it got cleared up. 5-6 days later, hearing's back for a checkup after that. 1 week precisely after, everything was good. Oh, so then everything was clean, right? His office super clean. I got healed. That was great. Paid for that one. The state hospital was free. Forgot to mention that part. The state visit was free. I only paid for the medicine. So like already a massive departure from America, but Jesus Christ, if they're just funded a little better, like the Nordics probably, that would have been great. So I got free healthcare. I got to see what free healthcare was like. It was shit. But if I had to choose between America's expensive healthcare where I can't afford to go at all versus a shitty underfunded state healthcare, I'm picking the state healthcare. In America, I don't know how much it would have cost to see an ear, nose, and throat doctor and to get my ears cleaned, but it sure as fuck wouldn't have been free. So it's better than nothing. I have to say that. It is absolutely better than nothing. There was a moth flying around the emergency room. There was fucking mosquitoes around also. She's looking at me like, you're serious? I'm fucking dead serious. I can't remember if I saw a roach or not. I want to get all extreme on you, but there were bugs in the emergency room, totally. And the hospital beds were in absolutely horrid condition. There was one dude laying there like, I don't know, he got wrapped up in shit. He was bleeding. Who knows what the fuck happened to him? And they're severely understaffed, man. One doctor handling a state hospital emergency room. And I maybe saw 3-4 beds there dilapidated. Shit, I feel bad. Maybe like, damn, people were getting the best care they possibly could with what they had. And that's what state-run healthcare in a former communist country looks like. I'm not going to say all state-run healthcare is bad because the Nordics have probably incredible healthcare. Germany's got incredible healthcare. Switzerland, you pay yearly into the model, and they got world-class healthcare that rivals or surpasses America's best private healthcare, right? But geez Louise, the shit I saw in Eastern European healthcare is a fucking nightmare. Again, what's better? Being an American who dies of a chronic disease that they can't afford to treat or gets denied treatment even when you have health insurance, and basically die a slow death and you never go to the doctor because it'll bankrupt your family. What's better, that or the dilapidated shit I saw? Sorry, I'm picking dilapidated all day, every day. I at least got medicine. I got seen by a doctor. I got treated, although it was garbage. But yeah, what the fuck else can you possibly say about that? It is what it is, dude. Someone said, so move to Germany or Switzerland? What I hate about, first of all, Germany is too fucking woke, overrun with migrants. Switzerland is basically like the bastion, but it's expensive as hell. 13 euros, which is like what, $15, $20 for a coffee. Switzerland is one of the best countries on earth, dude. It's a republic. The citizens have a say when they vote on things. The problem is, it's too goddamn expensive there. I think for a studio apartment is something like 1 million francs or more, which is like $1.2 million for a studio apartment, guys, or a 1-bedroom, something like that. So you will never own land. Land is super expensive. Switzerland's a small country. It's wealthy beyond measure. And yeah, where the fuck can you start a family there in a nice property like you could in America, right? Where could you buy a house with some land and some peace and quiet and privacy? That's not going to be in Switzerland unless we're talking you got to own millies beyond tens of hundreds of millions of dollars. So it's just out of reach. I don't want to raise a family in a fucking apartment. No thanks, bro. I'm good on apartment families. Yeah. So that's why no Switzerland. Believe me, I was looking. And Nordic countries also beautiful too. Was looking at that. I don't care for the weather being the way it is. And their healthcare is world class. Education's pretty good too. They're liberal, fine. It's okay. Countryside is kind of like America. They're a bit more conservative there. Very quiet, very well run. Infrastructure is world class, but also migrant problem and batshit insane government. So no thanks. In terms of liberalism.